Good afternoon, everyone. I have not been able to put out any content lately because I've been busy. But so I thought today that I would kind of go over some of my projects that I have, maybe some things that, why I'm actually even putting out content, because I have a lot of work to do. And so I just have the channel so you guys can follow along, and it may be entertaining, it may not be entertaining for some, on a lot of the projects that I have, like my charger in the back there, my gas, all my other motorcycles, friends' motorcycles and whatnot that come through that we fix. So we'll go through each one of these things that I've had done content on, and kind of walk through the problems that they've had, and what I've done to them, things that we're doing, things that we're going to do. So let's get started. We already finished the gas, so you guys already kind of know about that. Let me turn this thing around. Maybe we could start with the charger, if I can get this thing. Okay, there's the 383. That belongs in the charger, but we're not going to put that in because I got a 440 that I'm going to build and put a 440 in instead. It's going to be awesome. The problem with my charger is I don't have any time to work on it. That's it. It got started about 5 years ago, and just been able to tinker with it, very little with it in the past few years. So we're going to get the 440 put in it. Hopefully the crank on the 440 will accept the 4-speed on the floor over there. Otherwise, we'll probably have to change out the crank in the 440. This thing's got new disc brakes all the way around. We've put the Hotchkiss sport suspension system on it. Front and rear sways. I still have the headers to fix, when I go to put the 440 in it. And but the problem with this car is I just don't have time. This is fixed now, and so you guys already know what happened to that. I did pick up some beautiful bucket seats for the charger. Paid a good price for them, but there's hardly anything wrong. These are beautiful. We got a little bit of, fraying right here, a little bit of fraying, a little scratch, but that's it. They're going to clean up real well and fit right into my charger. This is the F-150. This one keeps having the, what do they call it? The lead frame, plastic lead frame panel, which is this little guy right here on the back side, up and over that thing. I put 4 of those in, or 3. It's going to get the 4th one as soon as I get it, but this time I bought it from Ford. Don't buy the Chinese stuff. Chinese stuff just goes out like this, like eating candy. You see, it just eats these things up. They work for a little while, and then next thing you know, you're getting the same code. Speed sensor, bad speed sensor, sends it into limp mode every dang time. So I don't know. The only thing I can blame it on is that it's a Chinese part and not a factory Ford part. Who knows? Maybe Ford's subs theirs out to China or Taiwan or Japan. Better Japan than anybody else. But garbage. Got to get that one off. So this is waiting for the new Ford one to come in the mail, and we'll get that together. What else? The ram it, I call it. The ram it. Still having transmission issues. I have rebuilt that transmission. First time I rebuilt it, I got about 80,000 miles on it until I loaned it to someone else, and they destroyed it for me. And then I had it rebuilt again, I got about, oh, I'm guessing 40,000 miles out of a professional rebuild. I had a shop rebuild it for me, and started this ting 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 noise started coming out of it at an idle when it was out of gear. If you put it in gear, it was not really doing that. Put it in park, just let it idle, ting 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 ting. I took the transmission apart and found that they had reversed the plates on the inside. So there's a thick steel plate and a thinner steel plate, and they had those two flip-flopped, which made one of the steel plates lodge into the remanufactured 727 what do they call that, the front hub. So the hub, they will take a 727 hub and just a little bit farther up the hub, they will machine a groove out for the snap ring, which leaves the other one so you can have 5 discs instead of 3. Well, if you don't do that right, one of those steel discs can get lodged into that ring where the other snap ring used to go. And that's what was happening. One of those got lodged in there, and it was constantly trying to spin, and it overheated that hub or the clutches inside there and just mangled it. And that was that ting 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 at an idle. It was just ding ding ding. It was a mess. So I rebuilt it, got it to work again. I got about maybe 20,000 miles off of that again. No, I got about another 40,000 miles out of it, a couple years. Then started the same kind of issue. But anyway, I rebuilt it again, then had some problems, and take it apart again, try to figure it out, and then I had to put all new electronics in it. And then I put this time it's got brand new electronics. It's got a Sonex, man, I wish Gus would stop barking. It's got the Sonex valve body. It's got all new clutches, all new seals. The only thing that I didn't replace was the pump. Probably a bad idea, but they replaced that, you know, like, I think I got 80,000 miles on that pump, if that. So I didn't replace the pump. I'm gonna have to pull that transmission back out again. I'm going to go take it apart and go through it again and again. The last issue was that it was trying to, between 7 miles an hour and 20 miles an hour, it was trying to be in 2 gears at the same time. You can feel it tug just a little bit. Then after that, I guess it builds up enough pressure to be able to lock out reverse or lock out the other gear that it was trying to be. Now, the damage that I found was in the reverse first hub. The rear hub inside the transmission was burnt up, and that's because it was trying to be in 2 gears at the same time, and I'm guessing it was trying to be in reverse while it was trying to move. So I got that new clutches in there, new hub, the rear hub, put it all together, and same issue. 7 to 20 miles an hour, it wants to be in 2 gears, and you can feel it tugging. This time though, even though I have the new Sonex valve body in it with all new electronics, mind you, it doesn't want to shift that. The gears don't want to shift, and it wants to tug a little bit between 7 and 20 miles an hour. So I think it's stuck in 2nd gear right now. Go figure. Then we have my Jeep. Sold it to a guy a couple of years back. He never transferred the title. Then he got it towed. Tow company calls me up and says, hey, you owe this much money. We need you to come pick up your Jeep. And I'm like, oh man, the guy never, I should have, you know, let this be a lesson to everyone. Transfer immediately. Let the DMV know that you sold the vehicle. I spaced it out. And the kid never transferred the title, and he just kept driving it for like 3 months until he got it towed. And then it went to the tow yard, and then I was stuck with the $600 tow bill and the yard bill, because it was sat there for a few weeks before they contacted me. So it cost me like 600 bucks. Plus, I had to go about 60 miles from here in order to go pick it up. And so I had a friend pick it up. They picked it up with their forklift at their yard and put it on my friend's trailer because the wheels were slightly cocked. So once we got it here, I couldn't get it off of his trailer because the wheels were turned and it just wasn't going to roll off the trailer. So what I had to do, let me go over to the other side. This one's got the 4.7 problematic motor. I just stepped on a rake and almost got killed. So what I did was I had to drill out the key, right? So I drilled the key out. I just bought one of these generic locks just so I can unlock it and start it up and everything. But it isn't going to start because of the halo that's on the inside that's supposed to have the, you know, you got to have the right key with the right chip in it. So I got to have a guy come out and I'm going to get a key made, and I'm just going to stick it inside here right next to the halo so that I can just use one of these regular keys and make a bunch of keys myself. That's what's wrong with this. So, and again, time. I don't have any time to play with this one. But I'm gonna, you know, one of these days I'm gonna get out here and get this thing running again, because it was a strong running Jeep. There's nothing wrong with the motor in this, not like my Durango, even though they're the same engine. This one, before I put this motor in, I put new rods and main bearings in it when I flipped it over, and so that when I got it, it had a bad motor in it, had spun a rod. But I like this Jeep. It was a good Jeep to me. And I got all my trailers. I got a little shed here full of motorcycles. There's supposed to be 2 more there. We got all the nice TRX. We got a 150, we got a 450 CRF Honda, we got a 1100 Yamaha over there, Maxim. And we got YZ125. This is a 99. This is a 1980 DT250 with a fresh motor. I rebuilt that a few years back. Runs good, but not great. I'm thinking it's having carburation issues, so it's been abandoned for the past 5 years. I should get back on that. Too many projects though. And we got another bike under there, which I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to work on it. That one's been too many hands in the mechanic's hands in the pie there. Ruined that one. Then we have this 91 Honda. Friend bought it and said, hey, can you look at it? Hasn't been running in a long time. He got it for a good price. Again, another mechanic's been in here, and I don't even know if I can pop the hood right now. Nope. But so there's a bunch of things taken apart in there. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be parts missing. I got to figure out what parts those are. This actually has a decent interior in it. The only thing that's wrong really is that somebody, I guess, wanted the stereo out of here really bad and ripped it apart trying to get to it or something. I don't know. But that's been manhandled like crazy. But the rest of it, it's got a little bit of in and out action here. Back seats are good. Door cards are good. Good. Nice. Carpet's clean. It doesn't stink in here. It's been shut up for a while, but not too bad. I got to get this one at least looked at. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get it running. It's got good tires, good rims. It's not beat up. See that? It's decent. I just don't have time for it. I ain't got time for nothing. So, if anybody knows what's wrong with that Ram, journey's been rebuilt. I'm not a transmission expert, but I did do it twice before and got 80,000, and then well, the other guy rebuilt it and I got maybe 40 to 60 out of it. Few issues, but now it's transmission's rebuilt. It's everything's good on the inside of it. Could be the computer. So if it's the computer, if anybody's had any computer problems with these, let me know. That's my next thing, is I need to tow it down and maybe just have it hooked up to a computer or a transmission dyno or something, and have them figure out what's wrong with it, because I've lost interest in trying to fix it. I've had it out, I don't even know how many times. I also forgot to mention that the transmission cooler that mounts to the side of the block that runs engine coolant through it to cool the transmission had an internal leak, which allowed the transmission to push fluid into my cooling system, and vice versa. A little bit of coolant got into the transmission. But I was able to flush all of that out and fix the cooler and get all the transmission fluid out of my cooling system, and I put a new radiator in it. So I went all through that route, and this happened shortly after that happened. So that probably has a lot to do with the problem that I'm having with the transmission right now. But I did flush it out, and I flushed it out good. I spent about almost $200 on transmission fluid, flushing new fluid through it and getting all of that junk out of there before I drove the truck after I got it fixed. So maybe that wiped out a seal inside, maybe that coolant wiped out my pump. I don't know, but it happened. Maybe it started happening a couple months after that happened. So there's that. Pull that transmission out of there, and it's no fun. And my other van got destroyed, got rear-ended. So I got to borrow that van. Anyway, that's my F-150. Got some great seats. Got a 66 Charger, which is waiting for my attention. But with all these other vehicles breaking down, I cannot fix them. Is that you? Too many projects, not enough time, too much time on the road going back and forth to work, too much time having to do side jobs to keep up, money to pay for food. That's not even healthy for you. If I wanted to buy healthy food, I'd be spending a lot more money. So just regular food for people it's too expensive. So I spend all my time working. So I can't work on that because too much time spent, chasing the dollar. I wish I could. Anyway, that's my stuff. Too much stuff, not enough time. You guys take it easy.